Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Masters of the Universe Tuesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Mattel Creations Masters of the Universe Masterverse Netflix Masters of the Universe Revolution Motherboard. Let's get into it! Let's begin our assimilation with a look at the packaging. And that's several pieces of packaging. And this is the mailer box, and I'm only showing it for one little thing that I thought was humorous. And that is on the top flaps of the box. Cue dramatic box opening music. And I just thought that was a funny little piece that I wanted to share. So let's get into some of the packaging proper. Now here we have the outside box of the packaging, and it's hard to, it's really big, so let's adjust the camera here just a little bit, try to keep all the background crap out of the way. And then here on the top flap of the box, we have the symbol for the evil horde. Nice, just line art. It's very cool looking. And then on the front here, Adult Collector, Netflix Masters of the Universe Revolution. Not Revelation, Revolution. And again, there's some nice line art this time of a more close-up portrait of Motherboard, and very nice. And then we'll spin this, well, on this side, yeah, because you can see the art goes around this side of the packaging for her wing, and on this side as well. And then on the back, just a larger picture, line art drawing again, of Motherboard. It says Mattel Creations Masterverse, and you can see it's a whole pretty much body shot this time, and then you got a little bit of the floor on here and the cape draping, so very cool looking. And then on the bottom we have small print, fine print, legalese print, and I'm not sure what all this stuff is. It's names of figures and vehicles that I do not think have been released yet. So if you want to take a look at that. Now whether that's Masterverse or Classics, or they just threw some stuff on here just to be, you know, hey, this might be coming. Anyway, MattelShop.com, print made in China print. Mattel, empowering the next generation through play. Some symbols I'm not going to learn. Contents, one figure, accessories, and a barcode. That does it for the outside box. And here we have the inside of the packaging. And let's start off with, here's the bottom. Netflix Masters of the Universe Revolution. Masters of the Universe presented by, and there's the names of the folks who worked on the figure. At least I'm assuming that's who those folks are. Small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print, MattelShop.com print. Symbols I'm not going to learn. Contents, one figure accessory. Mattel, empowering the next generation through play. A question mark. for help, and a barcode. Now let's take a look, if we can. Here's the top of the packaging, which is just artwork coming around from the front. And so it's very, very striking. Nice coloration to it. It's just super cool looking. Then we have here on the front what I'm assuming is Motherboard in her computer form. And then here we have a chair where you get assimilated by Motherboard and the evil horde, not the board. And then you can see here's that nice floor pattern that you saw in the line art of the last box, or the outside box to this, not the shipping box. Then on this side, and you can see that this is, you know, kind of a face, and then these look kind of like the wings, and they're wrapping around to this side, and then they kind of fold over. So that's wing parts too, and then you can see nice background artwork here, and this giant post and some little claw looking things around it. And then pretty much the same thing on the other side. And then get around to the back, and it's like tail feathers of a bird, and it joins up with the wings. And it's Mattel Creations Netflix Masters of the Universe. So that takes care of a look at the outside of the box. Spin it around back to the front, and as you can probably see, it opens right here on this split because it's tried to do it several times already. And then you open it up, and it still has more nice looking artwork here on the inside. And I'm assuming this is like the inner chamber of Motherboard or whatever. I don't know, seeing as how Revolution hasn't come out yet, and we really didn't get a good look at it in Revelation, so we'll just have to wait till Revolution comes out. And as you can see, there's a nice plastic tray in there and a couple of pieces that's holding the figure in place, and you get a nice good view of the figure here. And it's probably hard to see, but on this clear plastic here, it is embossed with Masters of the Universe Revolution right here. And then again, it's hard to see because it's down in there, but the bottom of the stand is down up under her feet. And I have to say, this is just really nice looking packaging. So, you know, some people I know don't care about it and they're just going to throw it away, but I think some of these packaging is just a work of art. And it's a shame that that's all it is just packaging. But that, my friends, does it for a look at all three pieces of the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and her accessories. And first of all, let's get this big old thing out the way. Here's the stand that comes in the box. You do have to put the post on it, and it just clips right in there. It does have, it's hard to see because it's clear, but it does have two pegs for the feet to go on, as well as the clip here for around, well, above the waist. And it does rotate a full 360 degrees. The post, nothing at all. And as you can see, it has some nice printed details of circuitry in there, outline of the horde wings within the circuitry. So pretty cool stand. Then her only other accessories, it's an extra set of C-grip hands. As you can see, it does have nice molded details on it, on in and out hinge. Nice paint apps in there and around around here as well. And the other hand is just a little more of the same. Again, on an in and out hinge, so it's very nice looking. Well, let's take a look at the figure herself. Beep. And there we have, I don't know, kind of a bird motif going on with the helmet. Some nice paint apps all over it. Nice paint apps on the face. And it's got these line details here and around the lips and the eyes as well. She's got the eyebrows, she's got some eyeshadow, some lipstick. At least that's the way it looks. It might just be computer stuff, I don't know. Then she has what appears to be an arc reactor right there. And then continuing down the torso, we have some more lines that's painted on there. I do believe this is the color that it's molded in, and then the details of the lines are painted in, and I think that continues down the rest of the figure as well. We got some paint apps here on the sides of the knees. This looks like a separate piece that's glued on. And then we got some paint here around the ankles. Nice sculpted feet. And even on the bottom, she's got a number there. And there are the ports in the bottom of her feet. Now, as far as the wings go, I mean, there's just nice paint apps all over this. You know, it starts out dark up here, then it lightens up, and then it gets back dark toward the end. And it's the same right here and on both wings. We do have this nice cloth cape. No wire in it though, which is a little disappointing for a Mattel Creations. The others with capes have had wires in the capes. And then she's got like this tail piece coming down that looks like computer cables. It's got some nice paint apps here on the ends of them. And then on the cape, you can see it does have a nice design on the cape, and it's double layered as well. So you can see it's this color on the inside and then this on the outside with the design on it. And again, it doesn't have the same motif on the back of the wings as on the front, but they are dark here, and then they're two-tone. And then each separate, or each feather is separated by black paint, and it's the same on both sides. And then up here, you know, this looks like it's printed in this color or molded in this color. And then this is a paint app here, this stripe, and then this is probably molded in color, this piece and this piece. And then this piece feels like it may be a backpack that comes off, but I've been afraid to try and get it off because it shifts a little bit, but it also feels like it's on there solidly. So, and wait a minute, there it comes. Oh, I should have done that in the first place. So there, we can see the back of the figure now. And a little bit of paint mishap here. And then you can see, even though all this is covered up, the paint details all up here, you know, they all come around, and they come around the sides here. There's not really a whole lot going on the back side, but the pieces where it wraps around from the front, you know, the paint apps do continue. This elbow guard looks like a separate piece that's glued on. Then we've got some paint here, and the paint on these hands is pretty much the same paint we have on the other hands, except these hands have really long fingernails on them, and the others, the C-grips, do not. And it's the same on both hands. And again, nice molded details in there. and then the palms are painted. And then again, I don't know if I pointed this out, there's the port in her back where the wings connect up. I'll just set her down. And then here's the post in the wings, and you can see this probably is glued on, and these parts do not come off. And then to get it back on, I guess you just kind of line it up the best you can and push it in there. Now let's take a look at her articulation. I guess I should have done that before I put the backpack back on. So let me get that back off, perhaps. There we go. Let's get this out of the way for a minute. Alright. Now let's take a look at the figure's articulation. She can look up that far. She can look down that far. She's got very little chicken neck in there. She's got a little bit of waggle. She can do the full exorcist. And it does look like it's a dumbbell joint in the neck and the head. So there's no reason, I don't know why it's not getting more movement than it is. At the shoulder, 360-degree rotation. And she can raise her arm approximately 90 degrees. We'll call that 90 degrees. Single hinge and swivel at the elbow. Swivels around 360 degrees and gives you slightly better than 90 degrees on the bend. And then at the wrist, 360-degree rotation. And again, these hands are on in and out hinge and in and out hinge on the other side as well. There's a cut here where the torso and the chest meet. Gives you all kinds of hula motion. Lean to the left and right. She can lean back that far and forward that far, as well as a full 360 degrees of rotation. At the hips, she can give you the full splits. No pull down hinge or anything, but with a little bit of outswing, she can kick right on up there. In fact, the thigh may be a little thick with the hips to get it all the way around, but it looks like it might go. And then back that, and again, that's with a good bit of outswing, just because of the way that the figure is sculpted. In there you can see that joint in there, so no pull down. And I wish there was. At the knee, a hinge and swivel, single hinged. Swivels around 360 degrees and gives you not quite a 90-degree bend. At the ankles, tilts down that far, tilts up that far, and she does have forward-facing pin for rocker. And now let's get the rest of it put back together. Probably the easiest way to do this would be to pop the head off. But again, I really don't want to do that. So we'll just put it back on there the way we did before. There we go. Now, both of the wings have the same articulation, so we'll just go over one of the wings. And do be careful handling it, because if you're trying to pose it by this, it may pop out of here. Similar to the Marvel Legends Falcon and the Vulture, where the wings just kind of clip into the arms. That's what's going on here. There's two little clips that clip this wing section and this one, and this wing looks like it just has one that hooks into that one. And it was out a little bit. So this hinge right here, it will rotate full 360 degrees. You do kind of have to watch out for it. And look at that. I think I put it upside down. I did. So do watch out for that. Not hard to fix though. So it goes up that far, it folds down that far, and again I showed you, you can twist it a little bit. It does twist right here as well as back here, so if you twist it up here, you don't have to worry about having to spin it back around like I just had to do. And again, that's coming out. It looks like one long piece there. So here's the other joint, and it folds in that far. It folds out that far, and again, it does have rotation at both ends of that ball joint, but it looks like it's wanting to stick when I try to do it, so I'm not going to rotate it around. So you can try that if you want to. And then as far as the stand goes, you do have to get it behind the cape and the wire. You have to get it behind all of that. And then it just clips around her like that, and then you hold it precariously like so and peg the feet into position, and that does hold her pretty securely, my friends. And you just kind of spread the cape and stuff out. And there we have it, my friends. A look at the figure and her accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons, and there in the back, we have the Mattel Creations Masters of the Universe Masterverse Revolution Motherboard, and right directly in front of her, the Mattel Creations Masters of the Universe Revelation Dark Lyn. And then on the very front row, we have from the Evil Horde, Hordak himself, and then some of Motherboard's followers on Eternia, Triclops and Trapjaw. For our final set of comparisons here, we have the Mattel Creations Masters of the Universe Masterverse Revolution Motherboard, with, from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From the G.I. Joe Classified series, we have the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black Series, we have the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for our final Masterverse comparison, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the Mattel Creations Masters of the Universe Masterverse, Masters of the Universe Revolution, I have to say overall it's a pretty nice figure. It does have a nice deco. I am a little disappointed with the elbows and the knees only being single hinged with swivel rather than it actually having the full Masterverse articulation scheme with, double hinged elbows and knees. And some of it I understand, like the boot cut they can't really have. It would really have been detrimental to the visual look of this figure because of course she's not wearing boots. So there's nothing to hide that. And I understand that was probably part of it, is that they were wanting to hide the joints as much as possible on this. But again, I would have preferred that full Masters of the Universe Masterverse articulation scheme. I think she was missing the bicep swivel and of course the double hinged elbows and knees. I think the articulation scheme in the wings is fine. I think the paint apps on this figure are just phenomenal. I think they really, Mattel Creations really does a good job on these bit of higher end figures, and I'm really glad that they were able to work a figure this size into the line, especially with her only having a brief appearance at the end of Revelation, at the very, very end. And sorry, spoiler alerts if you haven't seen it already. But at the very, very end, you know, she makes an appearance. So it's not too spoilery that we know that she's going to be in the next season or next show, however you want to call it. So anyway, she's going to be in Revolution. And we kind of already knew that. She came with a stand. She did come with 2 extra C-grip hands. And the backpack with the wings and everything, that's removable. I think that's pretty neat. Another drawback, at least for me, was that they did not wire the cape at all. And it just kind of lays however you set it. But I don't really foresee that this figure is going to be moving around and having stuff blowing in the wind a lot. I don't know really what they have in store for. Maybe she'll be flying around and it's going to be a pain in the ass that they didn't give her wings. I don't know. But that does it for the review. Overall, I'm really pleased with this figure, and that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or just help the channel out further, or both. That's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.